Hello everyone, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. There is a big one happening over this midweek. That is Man City hosting Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium. That capacitates 53,400 people in there. This is one of those games that Arsenal people will be hugely watching, and sadly, one of the ambassadors of Arsenal at Crystal Palace that would have gone ahead to obviously work out well to see to it that all comes to pass, to see to it that City really drops points again, is really not going to be available in this game of football. But good enough, this game of football is going to be happening tomorrow. Man City is going to be hosting Crystal Palace. Are we together in there for you? So we are here to break down this particular game of football and see to it that we really bring you up to speed. But remember to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and I hope you guys are really having the best of the best into this broadcast in here. Now, City, after beating Brentford over the weekend by 3-0, the Man City manager went ahead to obviously hand the case over to West Ham, that please West Ham, help me do the needful. And we are 100% sure that City and their the City players and their manager did what we call a hate watch. You know, the hate watch resulted into one of those moments that saw Arsenal turn around a very big, difficult game. And it really went ahead to go down in history that Arsenal is just 2 matches to lift the Premier League trophy, break the curse, break the jinx that has been there for fucking 20 years in there for you. So as it stands right now, the side of Arsenal has really come in through and gone back to leading City by 5 points, and City comes into this game of football knowing to it that when they win, they'll obviously close down a club known as Arsenal. And over the weekend, who plays first? Let's check. Arsenal will be hosting Burnley. That is over the weekend, because Man City is not playing any game over the weekend, as they will be City will be playing the FA Cup finale, right? So that means over the weekend it is Arsenal. It's gonna be Arsenal, and Arsenal is playing on Monday, by the way. So after City playing, Arsenal will play on Monday, and then City will come back on Tuesday to play against Bournemouth in there for you. One of the games that I believe will officially give Arsenal the trophy. So that means if Arsenal, if Man City get a result today, that means the trophy won't be given out on the second last match day. That is 37th match day. You understand? Now, we get in here. Man City is second with 74 points. Crystal Palace is 15th with 44 points. Man City is having 72, has scored 72 goals. And Crystal Palace has gone ahead to score 38 goals. 32 goals conceded by Man City, and Crystal Palace has conceded 44. 390 shots by Man City, of which 193 of those have been on target, 197 of those have been off target, 159 have shots blocked. 291 shots by Crystal Palace, 132 shots on target, 157 shots off target, 121 shots blocked by the opponents of Crystal Palace. Passing accuracy. City do average a passing accuracy of 88.53%. And Crystal Palace average a passing accuracy of 78.45%. Now, 4 points gained from a losing position are for City, and Crystal Palace have gained 9 from a losing position. 17 points dropped from a winning position, and 19 points dropped from a winning position by Crystal Palace. And for City, it's 17 points they've dropped from winning position. City, in their recent game, they beat Brentford by 3-0. Then Crystal Palace drew with Everton 2-2 at home. That is it. Then they've played 59 games amongst themselves. 32 won by City, 13 won by Crystal Palace, and 14 are the draws. Previous competitions, when City visited Crystal Palace this season at the Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace was beaten by 3-0. FA Cup, Crystal Palace beat Man City last season. And last season at the Etihad, City beat Crystal Palace by 5-2. So that's how things really panned out at the Etihad. And they're going to be playing at the stadium again. Now, Crystal Palace, not to eat that, they need to get £10 million from Arsenal if that title goes to London. You understand? So that might be a motivation that maybe Arsenal might obviously fail to do the job, and we can at least help them do the job and win the trophy this weekend. Because if a team known as Crystal Palace forces this game into a draw, that means City will be having 75 points. And if Arsenal win their game against Burnley, they'll go to 82, and there will be no way City will obviously be coming any close to the trophy. And Arsenal, over the weekend, they can be handed over the trophy. Now, but Crystal Palace looks like they won't really put out their all squad. Why? Crystal Palace have a final to play. Crystal Palace are going to be playing in what we call the Europa Conference League. That is on the 27th of May, and they have to reserve their players. That is it. So, against Man City, that is tomorrow, they might not field out their most strongest squad. That is it. And it's really very evident and very understanding. Now, we go to the team news. Kusanov, a little bit of a doubt. Nathan Aki is one of those that will be available. Rodri is expected to return. So the injured players are in here and they are back, most of them. When we go to Crystal Palace, Edin Ketia, hamstring. That's what I told you, that Edin Ketia is out of this game. Who would have gone here to serve as a good ambassador to stop a team known as Man City from winning the trophy. Bona Sosa, unspecified injury. Cheik Dokore, muscle injury. And we wait and see in there for you. Now, Ismail Sarr scored his 20th goal of the season in all competitions last time out and could continue in the attack. Now, this guy is really great. Now, let's head to the probable starting 11 for the side of City, and then we see who a team known as Crystal Palace will obviously bring in. System 4-3-3 by City, and we here to wait and see. In goal, it's gonna be the one and only Donnarumma. Did great saves, and against Everton, if it was not him, they would have gone ahead to lose the game. Right back, Matthias Nunez is obviously going to be played as the right back. Left back is going to be Nico O'Reilly. That is it. Left-sided centre-back, Mark Gehi will come in through and do the job. Left-sided centre-back, it's really going to be none other than Kusanov, though him and Diaz might share that position. One might start on the bench and the other might come off the bench. Then CDM, however much Rodri is back, I think Nico Gonzalez will take center stage, and then Rodri will be introduced in later. Then we do have Bernardo Silva and Ryan Cherki playing alongside him in there. And right forward, it's going to be Semenyo, right? Left forward, it's really going to be none other than Patrick Doku. And then leading the line, it's going to be Erling Haaland in there for you. So that is the probable starting 11 for the side of City as they prepare to take on a team known as what is it? Crystal Palace. For Palace, we expect the following: Henderson in goal, Richards, Lacrosse and Reid. I think that is the back three. Munoz, right wing back. Hughes, left wing back. Then Munoz and Michel. Those are the wing backs. Hughes and Watson are going to be playing the double pivots. Then Pino and Ismail Sarr will play into what we call the two number 10s in the for you. Two central attacking midfielders. And Mateta is one of those that is really scoring for fun. and he will be doing the needful to retweet it that he stops this side in there for you. So that's exactly what you're really having in here. And Mateta is another one that you will need to obviously look at, because he has been scoring goals for fun. And if he makes it to the World Cup team of France, I won't be shocked, because in the Premier League, 29 matches, he has 11 goals. And in the Conference League, he's also going to have to score a couple of goals. So Mateta is really great. Ismail Sarr, 20 goals so far this season. That is really great of a player of his caliber. Now, we head to the prediction. I see City winning it by 2-1. That is it. I see City winning it. That is it. So, the game I think City will lose is that of Bournemouth. That is it. So, guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David has been here to obviously break down a little bit this game of Man City and a team known as Crystal Palace as news flows in. So, I'm waiting for your thoughts about this and what exactly you guys will really need to do for this. But it's always good having you to this channel, and we love you all. And let me read to you 1 or 2 match facts, and I really sign out because they are really important. Man City are unbeaten in their last 8 league games against Crystal Palace. 5 wins and 3 draws since a 2-0 home loss in October 2021 in there. But they even went ahead to obviously play against Everton when they've been going there to get wins, but at the end of it all, it ended in a draw. Crystal Palace have scored exactly twice in each of their last 4 Premier League away games against Man City, though have only gone on to win 1 of those. 1 draw and 2 losses. The only visiting team to score 2+ goals in 5 in a row at Etihad, at Tottenham Hotspur current run. So that is it. So what else haven't I told you? I think I've told you everything, and you have the right to now go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts about this. I'm out.